Hi everybody, it's Coach Selvey. My name is Amy Selvey and I'm the PE teacher here at Cody River, and I am talking to Miss Akers' class, Miss Bachmann's class, Miss Crawford's class, and Miss Pollard's class. I am available to reach at ASELVEY at pasco.k12.fl.us. If you need to get a hold of me, my old email does not work anymore. It doesn't even forward anything to me. So if you need to get a hold of me, that is the best way. I'm here from our adaptive PE room. Your kids will not see this room very often unless we're practicing gymnastics or cheer. And if it is a rainy day, sometimes I'll bring them down here instead of staying in their classroom, because I do have a TV in here and we go over some safety videos or, sportsmanship videos. We can work on skills when we're down here because it's a pretty big space. Otherwise, I have them outside, and all of your classes are currently with one other basic ed class. And I do that for inclusion purposes. We participate in Special Olympics and we have unified teams. So our unified teams come from our PE classes, and we didn't want to take that away this year from our kids because they learned so much from each other, and all the other kids learned so much from our kids. So it kind of raises the bar, and it also shows them how much they're capable of, and it makes me so excited. Sometimes it's super awkward, and sometimes it's amazing, like it's the best thing that just happened. So I wanted to let you know that our cohort includes a basic ed class. Some of you also, your children also go to music with their cohort class, as well as art. I think just Miss Crawford's class goes to art with their cohort class, which is Miss Shahada's class. And it's just like a little family, and that's what we're creating. When they come out to PE, we are under the adaptive PE shelter. That is where we've had our opening ceremonies for our Cody River games, our Challenger games, and we still have that on the schedule. So we have that whole space to ourselves. I've painted dots. They are 6 feet apart from each other, so the kids get a break from their mask. We're very careful, and we do make sure to keep the kids safe, because I'd rather have them here than not here. And they come out, they get on their squad spot, which is assigned, and they've been doing amazing at that. We do 3 to 4 minutes of warm-ups, like one song and a cool down song. We do a yoga pose and some breathing, and all of that is super important in fitness. And it's also, I want to teach them how to check themselves and use those things when they're, kind of perplexed or having an issue with something, and then they can go and do a yoga pose, or they can do some of their breathing, their balloon breathing, or we did the faucet breathing last week. So I want to give them the tools that they're able to use to kind of get them through these stressful situations that we are all in. Then we have a little lesson, and we play a fun activity to learn that lesson. Last week was locomotor skills, and we did some stations that they had the best time at. We jumped rope. I'm so impressed with all the kids that were able to jump rope. So those are the things that we work on. What they know and what I have always taught them over the years: if they want to play the fun activity, they have to follow the rules. So the rules of sitting in their squad spots, not talking when the teacher's talking, doing their warm-ups. Those 3 things need to happen if they want to play the fun game. They get 3 strikes, so strike 1 is their warning. Usually that's all I gotta say, because they know that when I say strike 1, that's it. Strike 2, they have to be out of the activity and they have to watch their friends for a few minutes, have fun. And then strike 3, they're out for the whole activity. So if they cannot get it together, then they basically get to just watch. And they have 2 options for when they're not in the activity. They either can walk on the sidewalk for their physical activity, and there's usually an adult out there, or they can do a worksheet and they can explain the warm-ups that we did. They can explain the lesson and what they learned. They can explain the rules of the game that we're playing. They can still list all the things in writing of all the things that they're missing. Usually one time at that worksheet and they never do it again. Or one time walking on the sidewalk and they never do it again. For those kids that hate PE, they don't like the work, and I work them hard. We do burpees, we do jump squats, we do jumping jacks, and I make them sweat and breathe hard, and sometimes that feels uncomfortable. But I want them to find something that they love. I want them to find something physical that they love that they'll be able to do for the rest of their lives. So I make them sweat. Usually one time not playing with their friends and they don't do it again. So I am okay with whatever choices that they make, and we have a discussion about their choices, and we talk about what happens with each choice, and then they are free to choose. If they change their mind, I let them. And I allow them to do their warm-ups after everybody else, but before the activity. And they end up doing their warm-ups. So I'm trying to teach them, let's not fight it at the beginning, let's get it over with and jump right into that activity. So there's lots of life lessons. I want them to understand that they're in control of their choices and the consequences. For Special Olympics, they're on hold for right now. We do have basketball on the horizon. They had a virtual program that I was not able to do. And then basketball starts in mid-November is when practice would start, maybe a little bit earlier. If we get the go-ahead, competitions would start in December, and then state games are at the very end of January. That's what the usual schedule is. So basketball skills and basketball teams are what are on the horizon for our winter sport. Bowling would have been as well, but I think bowling is out. I am going to be pretty strict. I'm going to be strict on who is on teams. Everybody will be a part of the individual basketball skills. No matter what, it's part of PE. The county round is held at a school, so all the kids will participate. We bus them over, we bus them back. It's a field trip for PE, and it shows me some of their PE skills, basically their PE test. And it's fun to get out and to get our teachers out and supporting the Special Olympics program. I will be looking for teammates on our unified team, both unified partners and athletes. Your kids are the athletes, and they will need to be 100% at PE. I want to be able to trust the child to be a good teammate, and when we don't have good teammates, it makes for a very stressful season. So they have to participate in PE. They need to be respectful to all adults in their classroom as well as in our building, and they can earn the right to practice with the team, but they will not be on the team if it is a consistent battle every time. They can do basketball skills. They can still go on to state games in basketball skills, but I need to be able to count on the team members to be good citizens at school so that they can be there for the team at each of the rounds. There's 3 rounds: the county round, the area round, and the state round, and I am at those whether they're during the school day or on the weekend. There is a new participation packet, so if your medical has expired, you've had 3 years on the last medical, if that has expired, I'll be sending home a new packet and a list of places that you can go that are offering Special Olympic physicals. They're free at CVS, plus I have a couple chiropractors that will do them as well. I don't have a doctor that can come in and do those appointments this year. It's kind of a weird year, so we're not allowing a doctor to come in. But there's lots of places that you can take them. You can take them to your own doctor and have them filled out. And just they can take it right from your last appointment, fill it out on the paper, and be done, as long as they've had a physical in the last year. You just have to drop it off at the doctor's office. As far as grading, I do use Class Dojo. So if you have been invited, please accept my invite. I give real-time updates, so if your child has chosen to refuse to participate, I mark that down, I take a picture and show you what's happening. If they are having a great day or trying something new, I take a picture and I send it right away. Sometimes it's on the class story if it's more than a couple kids. It is private just to your classroom, so like the basic ed kids classroom doesn't have access to it. It's just your classroom, your classmates. And I like it because I can keep it in my hands and I can update it in real time, and you'll get a message immediately. So if something pops up on your end, that means it's happening right now. I probably won't interact immediately, but we definitely can talk about what's going on or the greatness that's happening, and we can, expand on whatever's going on. So please, if I don't have your email address, I'll get it from your teacher. Make sure that it is updated with our system, and I will make sure to add you on Class Dojo. If you ever have any questions or concerns, please send me a message. You can send them to your teacher and then they'll send them to me, but don't be afraid to reach out to me individually, because I do have them for 3 times a week for 40 minutes, and also for all Special Olympic events. We've traveled together, we've hung out on weekends together, so they're my babies and I just love them. I love every day that they're here. I am grateful that I'm able to work in the school, and we work really hard at keeping everybody healthy and safe. And I look forward to a great school year, and I hope you and your children and your family have a wonderful, safe, and happy school year as well.